Silas's Tuesday Rescue. Silas sat at a large rectangular table in his small apartment. He was carefully updating his curriculum vitae, CV, for a new internship at the Regional Wildlife Center. He made sure to list all his extracurricular activities, including his time as the captain of the local trivia team. Next to his computer, a perfect rectangle of paper was covered in notes about animal anatomy. He felt ready for a change, but he knew the competition would be tough. On his way to the clinic, Silas stopped at the newsagent's to buy a magazine. He had seen a job advertisement in the window the day before and wanted to check the details. The village was busy because it was Shrove Tuesday, and the air smelled like sweet pancakes. He walked past the stone statue of the town's founder, which was decorated with colorful ribbons for the holiday. At the clinic, Silas met Alara, the head dairy maid from the nearby organic farm. She was taking a break and watching a dramatic soap opera on her phone. "The main character is so unfaithful," she exclaimed, shaking her head. "He keeps lying to his partner about his secret life as a spy." Silas laughed, knowing Alara loved her stories as much as she loved her cows and dairy products. Their conversation was interrupted by an urgent call. A wild stag with magnificent antlers had been injured near the park's public picnic area. Someone had left a heavy barbecue grill out, and the stag had tripped over it in the dark. Silas and Alara quickly gathered their medical supplies and headed toward the forest. They found the stag lying near a stream. Silas approached the animal cautiously, making sure the heel and instep of his sturdy boots were firm on the slippery mud. He noticed a strange, deep imprint on the stag's front leg. It looked like the animal had been trapped against something sharp and heavy for a long time. "We must purify this wound immediately," Silas told Alara as she prepared the antiseptic. He knew that even a single dangerous bacterium could lead to a sudden strike of infection that might spread through the leg. In the wild, harmful bacteria are a constant threat to injured animals, and they had to act fast to save the limb. Silas began calculating the correct dose of antibiotics. He scribbled equations on the back of his hand to be sure. The weight of the stag, multiplied by the required dosage, had to equal exactly 6 milliliters. He was relieved to see that the injury was not caused by firearms or hunters, but by a jagged piece of silicone rubber from the broken grill. To keep the stag calm during the procedure, Alara offered it some specialized herbal throat candies and lozenges that smelled like mint. Silas used a modern silicone sensor to monitor the animal's heart rate on his tablet. The technology made the job much easier, providing real-time data while they worked. "There will be no need for a lethal injection today," Alara whispered happily as the stag finally stood up on its own. The animal shook its head and vanished into the trees. To celebrate the successful rescue, Alara shared a bag of salty licorice with Silas. She also promised to bring him some fresh dairy products from her farm the next morning. Back at the clinic, Silas looked down at his favorite checked shirt, which was now covered in mud. He realized the many advantages of his training. He had stayed calm and used his knowledge to save a life. He checked his reflection in the window and smiled, knowing his CV would soon include a very successful Shrove Tuesday rescue.